very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the 21st JK Tyre FMSCI Indian National Racing Championship. Right now on screen, we have the Euro JK18 series going in for their formation lap. Well, in the box right now, we have Rohit Khanna, an old friend of mine from New Delhi. He just finished up his Q3. So 3 qualifyings in the Formula LGB4. Now, that's new.
It's a new format of qualifying, very, very exciting. So you got to be up on the game at any given point in time. You put 1 foot wrong and could see your elimination. So yeah, things worked out well. We made it to Q3. The top 10 drivers, I think, have qualified 4th. I haven't been able to look at the timesheet because I was rushing to the commentary box.
Yeah, thanks for making it here. I mean, Rohit Khanna just had to get out of his leathers and just come straight into the box because I forced him to. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Curry Motor Speedway here in Chettipalayam, Coimbatore. It's a beautiful day in terms of weather. I mean, we're looking at a highs of 31, 32 degrees. Wind speed is quite high. It's about 15 kilometers per hour. What do you think about the wind speed today? I mean, how was it for you?
Well, first with the weather, I think, yeah, it is brilliant conditions for racing. The temperature is just about right to put in quick hot laps, with the tires, compounds that we're running on. The wind speed will affect on the straight line because there's a headwind that all the drivers must be facing, but it's fair and square for one and all. So I don't think it's going to give anybody any undue advantage.
Great to know that from a fellow driver. Right now we have the Euro JK18, the first race of this weekend. This is round 2, ladies and gentlemen, and there we have number 9 Chatterjee. What a fabulous qualifying, put a show by 9. I mean, he was very consistent through the 12 minutes in championship. Well, where we have the top 5, we have Ashwin Datta with 24 points, Brian Pereira, the Sri Lankan, in 23. P3 holds by Karthik Tarani, 23 points, 9 in 20. So he's going to make it all the way, try to get onto top seed, right? What do you think?
Well, yeah, it's a packed grid, and all of these folks on track are pretty much even on pace. Nayan Chatterjee, after the fiasco that he's had in round 1, I think has come back very, very strong. He was very happy with the car. I just happened to speak with him today early morning. And rightly so, because he's put in the fastest lap, which is 3/10 clear of his the P2 driver, which is Chetan Kurada.
And we have race star, ladies and gentlemen. 9 getting a really good start. Right now, Lion taking the charge at the moment. What do you think his game plan would be? Put his head down and keep fighting?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing to observe is that Chetan Kurada, I think, missed his gear. So I think he's brought back some 4-5 places. He had a really slow start off the line. Nayan started off really, really well. He's going to first fend it off for a couple of laps, before the drivers settle down in their respective places, and then try and put his head down and open up a lead.
I really agree with Chetan. I mean, I'm really surprised that he missed a gear because he did really well in qualifying, getting P2, and to drop that, I'm not really sure. We're trying to get on the screen what's happening, but at the moment, 9 Chatterjee trying to get out and move forward because he's 4th in the championship and he needs all the points he can get his hands on. But what do you think about Brian Pereira? I mean, he's been performing in Sri Lankan from last year, has really improved his pace.
Well, round 1 was a pleasant surprise for him. He won 2 races out of 4, so he's right up the championship table, just 1 point behind Ashwin Datta, or 2 points I think behind Ashwin Datta. But yeah, he's been doing really, really well.
Well, we have, as we are done with first lap, we have 9 Chatterjee, number 9 in first. Number 16, Karthik Tarani, the Chennai lad, is in P2. P3 held by Brian Pereira. I mean, it's a clear fight as you look on the screen.
One person to watch out for is Ashwin Datta. I think he's made up quite a few places right at the start. So he's running P4, and Chetan seems to have lost quite a few positions because I don't see him in the top 10.
Yeah, well, Chetan is down in 11th. He's in the last. I mean, he's really lost a lot of space. They're trying to get on the outside of 9, but not really successful. Karthik is trying to make a pull through. 9 responds very strongly with the defensive line there at the Burma entering into the bowl. He's looking very sharp, very strong at the moment. What would you say a driver's main target is when he's being chased?
Well, one is to defend, but also not compromise too much of speed because that's just going to close in the fact that, for the top 3 who've opened up a little bit of lead. Top 3 fairly fair and square. I think maybe about 2/10 separating first to the third.
Yeah, the centre batch seems to be getting away. I mean, the centre batch seems to be splitting into 2 equivalent batches with Ashwin Datta, Manav Sharma fighting for P5 and Nirmal and Yash fighting for P7. Well, in the front we have another fight going on between 9, but I think he just was able to manage to get a lead ahead of Tarani and Brian. Brian and Tarani right now making a fight for P2.
Karthik, I think, tried making a move in the corner 2 on Nayan, and Nayan kind of blocked him off legally, of course, and which kind of gave Brian the the time to kind of close in on Nayan and put up a fight. So now it's going to be head to tail.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, what happens, Rod, I'm sure you would have been in a lot of speculation probably in your years of racing when it comes to kissing the bumper of somebody else. But, I mean, what do you do here? I mean,
well, that's racing, and that's what all of us drivers are here for. We want the grid to be as competitive as possible, run nose to tail, be right under the wing of the guy in front, and if you're so it's bad news for the guy in front, really, because you do tend to cut off a lot of air resistance, behind the other car, which kind of gives you a few additional kilometers per hour, kind of helping you make a move into corner number 1.
I agree. I mean, well, folks, if you see the screen right now, Nayan really made the best of that move, that fight between Karthik and Brian. P2 is going to be a very close fight. Right behind them is Sudarshan and Ashwin Datta. Any words on Sudarshan? I mean, I'm seeing him pick up the pace slowly as from the first round so far.
So we were having dinner yesterday, right? And apparently Sudarshan didn't have the best of rounds. Apparently had some car problems, which the Euro International team was able to figure out, and the car is sorted. Plus he's changed a few techniques in his driving style from round 1 to round 2, and so far it's been paying off for him. So one guy to watch out for, a former national champion, very capable of putting a surprise in the grid.
Well, guys, we've got 9 laps to go, and this race is really picking up the pace. I mean, we see right now Nayan Chatterjee with a timing of 1:01.275. That's his best so far. I mean, really fast pace. He's still sticking to qualifying time. So qualifying, he was, I think, 100th of a second faster. While Karthik and Brian chasing for P2.
So Nayan seems to be making the most of Karthik and Brian and Ashwin Datta bunched in all together, trying to make a move one another and close up. So Nayan's kind of put his head down, and like I said in the start, you defend for 2 laps, and if you do manage to hold your position, it's time to put your head down and kind of open up a gap to the the driver behind you.
They're the man who makes this happen from Euro International, the chief engineer behind these cars. Then again, folks, if you don't know, the BMW 1.2-litre engine is the heart of the Euro JK18 series. And that's what powers these cars. And I think the top speed, it's about 240 kilometers per hour, right?
Yeah, I mean, roughly so. So we did a check while the practice was on. They clicked about 237 k's, the fastest car, towards the end of the main straight, because that's almost a 800-meter long straight. So you do get a lot of power, and you do get to test a lot of top speed on that specific straight.
Well, if you're looking at the screen right now, Karthik and Brian seems to be having a tug of war, and slowly creeping in his Sudarshan. Some P4, he's trying to catch the slipstream and trying to get into this bunch. But will he be able to? What do you think in this session of the race?
Well, I think Nayan's fairly got a decent lead. So unless and until somebody puts in a couple of really scorching laps, I don't see them closing into Nayan. So he's fairly comfortable. 2, 3, 4, and 5 fairly evenly contested. And all of them are in the championship, right? So Ashwin Datta, who's the championship leader as of date, after round 1, is running 5th right now. So he's gonna try and make a move and hold on to his lead. Otherwise, the tables can turn very quickly.
Agreed, Rohit. I mean, I see Ashwin really struggling in P5. Not really sure. I'd like to actually get a chat. Probably next time around, I'm going to pull him into the box probably when you're racing to see what happened with our race championship leader so far. Mira at the moment is in 11th, so it looks like Chetan Kurada was able to gain a place up. How's Mira's development so far? I've seen her from last year. Timing-wise, I know she's improved.
Yeah, she's been working very hard on her fitness. I think a lot of credit goes to her, and specifically to her dad, who's been pushing her to the gym, ensuring that she gets a workout. The body strengthening is happening. She has been putting in a lot of laps on this track and otherwise, even in Malaysia. So yeah, I mean, all these exposures and all the track time that she's getting has helped her improve quite a bit. So it's now about gaining those small little pieces and putting them all together.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is there's a very important saying: it's the small things that matter, right? Little raindrops make up the ocean. So that's we're going to look at the bigger picture there. Last time around, Nirmal Uma Shankar and Arya Singh fighting in for P8 put in their fastest laps with a 1:02.078 and a 1:02.129. Well, the back bunch is kind of separated. 9 really taking charge of this race. I'm not able to see Brian put any response so far. He's not able to really respond to Karthik's pace at the moment.
Well, when you're tucked in under the rear wing of the driver in front, your tires do take additional beating. They tend to heat up a lot more, which means that you will lose grip. So it's always a good ploy to kind of cool it down, knowing that there are about 6 laps left. To cool it down for a lap or so, get the temperatures back on the tire, and then attack again. So I am sure Brian is. We're definitely expecting a fight from Brian on Kartik Thirani.
Rohit, being a competitor, I want to get this answer out from you. What would you call today being of perfect conditions for racing?
Absolutely. The track's cool because it's overcast. The sun is not out. Otherwise, the tarmac or the surface that these guys are racing on can release a lot of oil, which makes it a lot more slippery. So as you progress into the race, it is a lot of slipping and sliding.
True.
So this temperature should actually hold very, very good and very good racing conditions. The tire temperature can hold on a lot longer. You can brake that much later. You can carry a lot more speed through the corner without sliding. So yeah, I mean it's just near perfect conditions.
I think with 7 laps to go, we're looking at a very good, strong contention from number 9 Strategy, who stands 4th in the championship so far. He's definitely trying to make up the 10 points that he would get from this win.
Absolutely, and then like I said, he's put his head down, so he's the only one who's broken the 1 minute 1 second barrier. He's now clocked the fastest lap of 1 minute 0.942 milliseconds.
He's just 200th of a second under his qualifying time. Qualifying saw him with a 1 minute 6:42, if I'm not wrong. Well, 9 definitely putting up the fight. Looks like with about roughly around 6.5 laps to go, we're looking at the grid kind of forming itself. Everybody in their own fight. Kartik really taking the charge. Brian not really able to respond. I think now it all comes to managing the tire wear, because you could possibly lose time as the race goes on.
Yeah, so the tire surface definitely would have heated up, and because these guys, I mean, you have to understand that in the end of the straight, if they're clipping about 230s, 235s, they're actually taking that corner and bringing the speed down in a matter of about 50 meters to almost about 100 kilometers an hour. So you can only imagine the kind of beating that the tires take and the blistering that happens on the surface. It makes it very challenging to drive. So while it may look very smooth from the outside when you look at it through the TV screen, there is a lot that it takes from a driver to kind of keep the car together.
Agreed. I mean, have you ever had the chance of driving these?
Not yet, but I do hope to drive it one day.
I hope so, Rohit. You have my luck. You have my best wishes. Back to the race, guys. We have 9 still clocking in. His last lap around was a 1:01.330. 6 more laps to go. It's going to be a very interesting race. I think we need to see what autopilot means right now.
Yeah, and Kartik Thirani Singh is also now, since he's got a gap to Brian, he's put his head down. So he's the second driver who's now broken the 1 minute 1 second barrier. He's pretty much clocked the same best time as what Nayan has. So they're equally matching pace. It's going to be challenging though, with the number of laps left and the kind of lead that Nayan has over Kartik and Kartik has over Brian. I think they'll have to do something really, really special to kind of close the gap and put up a fight.
Yeah, in terms of experience, 9 still stands on top because he was fighting quite a few expert riders in last year's championship as well. I mean, we're missing the likes of Vikas and Anandit, our last year's champion, who's, I think, flew out of the country.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm given to understand. I haven't spoken to him in a bit, but I was given to understand that he is planning to do a couple of series, internationally, which is good, and which is what all of us drivers aspire for. That once you've proved yourself at the national level, you do take it further.
How difficult? So we've seen the likes of Asia Pacific riders coming into the Euro Series, but from the likes of your friends who've reached international shows, how difficult is it for an Indian to race abroad?
Well, it's difficult, I think, for any nationality. I mean, irrespective of whether it's an Indian or any other Asian driver. But yeah, it's platforms like these which are offered by JK Tyres where they just make it more approachable, more doable for people who want to really go overseas and test their skills out and race against the best drivers in the world.
Looks like Chetan Kurara got out again at C1. I think he's had a bit of a wash off. I think Chetan really struggled because I remember him being ecstatic about getting P2, and he was like, what? That really happened? But I don't know, we'll have to find out about recovery. It looks like the drive was okay, it was just a regular wash off at C1.
Well, we were looking at it, the fastest lap time that Chetan is clocked in. It does look like that he's got a minor problem on the car is the reason why he's struggling. So the gear miss definitely at the start, and then he's been struggling ever since.
Well, last time around, Kartik, as you rightfully said, is clocking in a 1:01.071. But there was a good response from 9 with the 1:01.238, just 200th of a second between them. Karthik trying to make the pace, but 9's really strong. I mean, he's not really giving this. The rear view mirrors are helping, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. Every driver, believe it or not, does have a look out for the rear view mirrors to see who's closing in and how the position is really faring behind him. Now, also one of the reasons why Nayan can take it a little easy is because he's got a reasonable lead over Karthik Tharani Singh, and the set of tires that they're racing on right now are the same set of tires they're going to use for another 3 races, and they've already done qualifying. So you do want to keep your tires in good health and ensure that they don't deteriorate beyond a certain level. While they're beautiful compounds, I mean, JK's done a fantastic job providing these tires. Very, very quick, very grippy, less deterioration. But yeah, even 1% deterioration more than the other driver in terms of the tires can be a game changer.
How do you guys plan it? I mean, I'm sure every fan would like to know. It's so difficult to plan tire wear. It's not like you can magically say, I will only use 20%. Let's say you have 4 races, right? So how do you guys plan for that?
Well, planning has to be impromptu while you're buckled up inside racing. It's a pure function of who you're trying to attack and who's behind you and what sort of a lead do you have. So yeah, I mean, people at the back, you look at Sudarshan sliding, that you can see all these guys struggling now because of the slip on the track and the tires getting warmed up.
Well, that was number 17. Yash really struggled. Earlier in the morning I had a chat with Yash and he said we just put new brake pads on, and his qualifying was really affected because yesterday in practice I think he was on top 5. So he said, I'm going to take out of the 12 minutes, probably 5 minutes to scrub up the pads. But I don't think it really worked, and I think he's had some trouble. Well, that was Yash Aradhya who just got washed off again. So we've got 2 drivers who crashed out of this race, Chetan and Yash. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last lap. 9S Chatterjee. Whoa. Now that was Karthik, I think, a bit too much into C2, coming out of C2, while 9 really, from start to end. What a beautiful race, ladies and gentlemen.
Brilliant race by Nayan. I think he fended it off well when he had to, and then he put his head down to kind of open up a lead to the drivers at the back. I think thoroughly deserves, where he's going to finish. He deserves his podium. He deserves the first position. We see another car crawling, which is car number 77, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's Manav Sharma. Manav Sharma at 6th, right? Well, 9S Chatterjee, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to finish up with the bowl. I'm sure at that moment when Karthik went out, Brian would have been wishing, damn, I should have been behind him. There you go, 9S Chatterjee taking victory in round 2, race number 1. Well, he's going to be really happy.
He's got to be ecstatic, and why not? He's done all the hard work thus far, and we hope to see him getting on the podium and finishing as a winner in the remaining 3 races as well.
P2 taken by number 16, Karthik Tharani from Chennai. P3 by number 35, Brian Pereira from Sri Lanka. Wow, this is the first 3 drivers from the Euro JK18 race number 1, round 2 here in Kari Motor Speedway. It's been a fabulous race. The rest of the grid, number 7, Ashwin Datta. Okay, he made up a place into P4. Well, he needs the points. So
I think I saw Sudarshan struggling a little bit, in terms of a slide left into right, which is the slow corner.
Yeah.
So apparently, I think he put a foot wrong, and which is what gave Ashwin the kind of opening that he was looking for. Now, if you look at the top 4 finishers of this race, are typically the top 4 people in the championship points. So, they're all putting up a great fight and not letting anybody run away.
Well, with the weekend having 3 races, it's anybody's championship. I mean, you know this better than anybody else. So, I'm really interested to see with 3 rounds to go. It's going to be interesting. Thanks, Rohit, again. I hope to catch you later. All the best for your next race.
Pleasure is all mine. Thank you very much.
Guys, that was Rohit Khanna from the LGB Formula 4 race car driver. Right now in 3rd in the championship.
घर से बाहर निकल पड़े तो ये पहिए कितना कुछ दिखाते हैं। जैसे मनाली जाकर पता चला कि पापा रॉक का शौक भी फरमाते हैं। ईरा और मीरा शकीरा से कम नहीं। ये बात बुआ की स्माइल से झलक गई। शादी की पहली ट्रिप में पता चल गया कि लाइफ अब वाइफ के इशारों पे चलने वाली है। कोई तो है जिसकी बातें लेट नाइट नेहा को गुदगुदाती हैं। काव्या और रोहन में असली टाइगर कौन है, ये बात चुटकी में क्लियर हो जाती है। तो राहों की उंगली थामो और निकल पड़ो, क्योंकि जितना दूर जाओगे अपनों के उतना करीब आओगे। JK Tyre, total control.
We are the daring ones and the caring ones. We dare to make friends more than the miles we travel. We are the riding souls, the brave, the free. We dare to live for today and dare tomorrow. We dare! Dare to ride Suzuki Intruder, India's modern cruiser.
Here we go.
Divided by teams, united by Kingfisher, the king of good times.
A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Curry Motor Speedway. This is the FLGB Formula 4 series, taking grid positions as we speak. Let's head down to the drivers and see what they have to say at the moment.
I'm feeling a little nervous and happy as well. I'm doing my dream come true. It's a dream come true, bro. Yeah. I'm just done 2 years of training, that's all. From karting to this is the first time I'm doing it. Just 2 days of training and that's it. Feeling damn happy. If you dream about racing, just follow it. Just chase it. That's all I can do. Yeah, there are a lot of people who are faster than me and they might overtake me. So I need to be a little more faster than this time because I got the lead. I got the lead. Thank you.
Hi, how are you? Yeah, this is my first year of car racing. I am into the bike racing actually. This is my first year of car racing and I guess I'm doing pretty good till now. hoping to have a good race today. Yeah, definitely. Every riders on this grid are really good drivers. So I hope there will be a very good and tough fight will be there. Yeah, my car is really good, and my tuners have worked very good on my car to give me a perfect and a decent car to race with these days. It's really nice. Yeah, thank you.
It's quite challenging being a rookie, and I'm just looking forward to a clean start.
And just share about yourself.
I'm from Delhi, and I have recently joined Momentum Motorsports. They have more experience, and I think that they will be more offensive. So I need to be calm and just finish the race. Thank you.
Well, folks, you heard it right from them under the helmets. You know what they say, when you're under the helmet, you don't really know what's going on in their heads. Well, we're only going to find out at the end of this race. It's going to be a very interesting series, so stick around, folks. We're going to have a power-packed race. It's a full house, well, almost. Wind speed is still kicking in, as Rohit earlier said. It's very important for the drivers as they get into the straight to ensure they put their heads down, and then it's a straight shootout to C1. Well, let's take a quick look at the JK Novice Cup 2018. We have in P1, Saifa Tinwal, who just spoke, number 10. We have in number P2, we have Y. Krishnalilu, number 6. And we have Vedan Agarwal, number 63 in P3. Dilja TS in number 8. Hasim EKP in number 1. We have Jaswant, number 15. We have Medrata, who's P7. P8 we have K Surya, in P9 we have P Dandigond, in P10 we have Henna Jayant, in P11 we have Deepak Nambiar, in P12 we have MS Trishal, in P13 we have J Divgeshwar, and in P14 Ashwin Nair, making a full grid. Well, there we see the safety car getting out for the final check. This is the points table, ladies and gentlemen. Dhruva Tyagi with 26 points, standing in top seed. Pramil Singh with 99 points. Kunal Maina, V. Vijayaraj, Jagjot Sandhu, and Dimant Verma. Well, we look at Josefa as he's sticking under those JC helmet, and yeah, there's the positive sign from Josefa. He's going to give it a straight shootout to the end of this race. This is the Novice Cup, ladies and gentlemen. It's a new series for the 21st JK Tyre FMSCI National Racing Championship. From M Sport, we have Yokesh Krishnavilu. Yes, I see the excitement. That's the lightning. Well, is he going to be the lightning? We need to wait till the end of the race. It's a full grid as the teams prep the cars. The yellow cars are from M Sport Racing. The white and dark blue is from Avalanche Racing. There you go, JK Tyre, giving it the novice guys a chance to fight it for all. This is a series to promote young riders who's stepping stone into the bigger series. There's the handshake of good luck. Good luck to all the drivers here on the pits. We're waiting for those lights to come on. And the light goes off there, the 5-minute board and a 15-lap race. This is a long race, and it's going to be a really interesting one. Over here, it's all about, so this is the stepping stone for them to learn strategies and plans and how to get forward. That's the roll on Tyre. As you can see, the wind speed is really picking up. It's about 16 kilometers per hour. So the key into the straight is to get away from the headwind, stick to the wall and keep pushing. Well, the sun's out. It's almost 32 degrees Celsius right here in Kari Motor Speedway. We're in a small village laid off between windmills and coconut plantations. The drivers always say it's a beautiful time to look down this long 800-meter stretch. I'm in the box. The heat's kind of picking up. We're all set. The drivers are set. 4 minutes to start. One of the officials making sure. JK Tyre has a number of people putting this together. 21 years they've been promoting motorsports in India. Last year saw them bring in a new whole series for two-wheelers, giving young riders a chance to showcase their talent, tying up with Suzuki. And this year we have the Rookies Cup for the LGB Formula 4 series. Well, the cars are starting. I'm right next to them in the box, and it's going to be a fabulous race. Once again, let's take a look at the grid. We've got in P1 number 10, Huzaifa Tinwala. In P2, we've got Yokesh Krishnavilu, number 6. In P3, we've got number 63, Vedant Agarwal. In P4, we've got Dilja TS, who's number 8. In P5, we've got Hashim, who's number 1. Well, is he going to fight to become number 1? We'll have to wait and watch. In P6, we've got Jashwant N. In P7, we've got Siddharth. In P8, we've got Surya. In P9, we've got Pradyumna. In P10, we've got Henna. In P11, we've got Deepak. In P12, MS Trishal. In P13, Jamwal Divgeshwar. In P14, Ashwin Nair. In P15, Dhruva Tyagi. In P16, Pramil Singh. In P17, Kunal Maini. In P18, Vishwas Vijayaraj. In P19, Jagyot Singh Sandhu. In P20, Himant Verma. Making it 20 drivers altogether. 3-minute board. We've got a formation lap. Well, folks, before every race, when the lights go out, they got a formation lap. It's a prep before actual race start. JK Tyre, safety car at the back. 10 grids all in all. These cars feature a showcased custom chassis made perfectly to fit for them, running the Maruti Suzuki 1.6 litre carbureted engine. Well, the JK Tyre Novice Cup, the formation lap begins and we're off. The drivers are going to get one last chance to look at the rear view mirror and forget the driver behind them. Well, we see there's a car that seems to have a problem on the straight. I hope he can get quickly race start, otherwise he'll have to pit out of this race. Well, joining me in the commentary box today is our very own Diljit, who's run here just to make sure that he can spare some time for us before his big race. Diljit, welcome back to the box. How have you been?
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you so much for having me here.
Well, Diljit, what do you think about the new series, the JK Tyre Novice Cup? This is a new series started. What do you think of this new stepping stone for young drivers?
Yes, definitely, because most of the drivers who's driving in this category are very new to motorsport, and literally half the grid is just they've been moved from karting, just from normal autocross driving, and they're just into Formula racing. This is the first round. The first round for them, and it's a very good platform because since it's JK Tyre Motorsport, so definitely will help the kids grow in their own. They can develop their career and they can reach heights.
Yeah, well, rightfully said, Diljit. This is a stepping stone for all these young drivers into the big league. Well, as the grid is forming, it's going to be an exciting race. We're seeing 20 cars and all amateurs who are getting into motorsports for the first time. Are you expecting some drama out here?
Yes, definitely, because most of them has very less experience, less racecraft, and not very matured, and so that makes a lot of complications for the organizer part. See, as you can see, there's already a car retiring, and there's already a car didn't start, had some technical issues, and plus once the race starts, let's see how it goes.
Well, yeah, we're going to wait. This is what is the beauty of the entire team behind motorsports. Without each piece adds to the puzzle, and they make it happen. Well, number 10, a beautiful shot right now looking into the screen. If you're watching with us, this is day 1 of round 2 of the JK Tyre National FMSCI Racing Championship 2018. 21 years, and we're going to continue stronger than ever before. Diljit, are you ready?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You seem more nervous than the driver.
Exactly, because even my team cars are there out there racing.
Well, race start and we are off. Did Hafiz manage to get a good start? Huzaifa, number 10, was in P1. I wonder if he got a good start. Let's see. Number 6. Wow, that's a real big pull-up from Yokeshwaran. He's managed to stay in front and keep his head down. Oh, that's a back crash at C1, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 2 cars involved in an incident. That's number 15.
Just one, then number 17.
But that was a bad thing. As you said, you rightfully said again. Okay, he's going to try to get back into the race. Well, Diljit, from your experience, what just happened there?
Actually, I just missed it. I think just one outbraked, and he just hit behind. He went and crashed behind the car number 17.
So, have you ever had a similar incident at C1?
No.
Okay, I don't know. I'm going to check your records. I need to make sure the facts are right. But then again, we've got number 6 leading the race, Yokeshwaran, who had a very good start. Number 10 right behind. Huzaifa is right behind. So personally, who are you supporting? Who are you rooting for in this race?
As you can see, the qualifying results, number 95 and car number 1, unfortunately, I don't know where he is because they were 1 and 2 in the qualifying. And I think since Yokeshwaran is leading, and let's see, I think he has a good pace in his cars. He still managed to hold on P1.
Well, as you asked, number 1 right now sitting at P12. I'm not really sure what happened because he just clocked in the fastest with a 1:16.192, while your leader is at a 1:19, so that's a whole 3 seconds behind. Well, it's just bad. Whoa. This is not off-roading. I'm not sure what number 14 was up to there, but I think he lost.
That's a clear track cut, as you can see, just cut the track.
But I think that's going to really affect. As you see the cars, the ground clearance is really low, and I'm sure he's going to take a hit for that. Well, that was number 14, Surya Varathan, who's clocking in 1:16 at the moment. Well, as you said, drama really fills in when there is amateurs on the track. Well, number 95 trying to make a break right now. Who's it going to be? Who do you think is going to be?
I think it's going to be 95 because he was the fastest in the qualifying. He was the second fastest in the qualifying. So as you can see already, he got the slipstream and he's already made the move. So let's see how it's going to end up in the straight because he's having the slipstream.
Okay, so Diljit, I have a very technical question. I'm sure many people would like to know. See, as you see on the straight, when you're exiting out of the sweep into the straight, you have a lot of headwind. Now you see a few drivers sticking to the wall because they want to break the headwind, while you see a few others sticking to the opposite side. Who's going to get there first?
The guy who's next to the wall, definitely, because the other guy who's going on the inner, the inner line just because he's going to defend his position. That's a very bad spin.
That's a very bad touch. And that's number 10. Huzaifa just taken off, and number 14, Surya. That's bad. They both are in reverse. Well, we have a lot of people who are getting onto the off-road pitch. I think we need to really ask them to add some button tires to this. Yeah, it feels more like an autocross race. Well, right now in P1, number 95, Vishwas, as you said, 3 seconds higher than anybody else. And he's still clocking. Now he just gained a little more time, 1:15.780 last time around, with Yogesh and right behind with a 1:17.386. Huzaifa just lost, so we're going to wait and see what happens. But it was Huzaifa's chance this race. Well, with roughly about 12 laps to go, yes, Vishwas really packing in the power right now. Well, and that's a clear advantage. Okay, he's really ahead of the competition in every way, does it?
Yeah, because definitely he had the pace in the qualifying, and just because the yesterday's race he didn't start because of some technical issues with his car, and he didn't even start in the start, so he didn't go out for the formation. So
actually, fair enough. That's a very good point to put out. Ladies and gentlemen, Vishwas number 95, who's leading right now, didn't really get out during the formation lap. He had some issue, and now to see him lead the race in just 3 laps, it's a really remarkable thing. Diljit, it's a packed grid, and this is a very tight track, right?
Yeah.
So what should a rider look out for, especially when it comes to newcomers?
You really have to be consistent because it's a small track. You really have to be really consistent in this track because it's a small track. Even if you make a small mistake, you don't have much of time to gain and get back onto the track. So so you just have to be consistent. You should know what you do in each and every lap.
Number 25 made the most of Huzaifa's touch and got into P2 with a 1:13.176, which is the fastest lap around, with about 11 laps to go. A really good step up from Siddharth. We are seeing the gap pull off from Vishwas. Do you think Siddharth has any chance to catch him, considering that we've got another 11 laps to go?
11 laps is a lot. If Vishwas don't make any mistakes, then it's very difficult. But if he makes any mistakes, definitely yes, he has a chance.
I don't know if you got that. Number 2, Ashwin really pulled a very good move into P4. He just took on Dilja, number 8, and right now gunning for number 6, Yogeshwaran. Yogeshwaran was leading the race when he started off.
Yes.
And he's right now in P3 and getting a lot of pressure from Dilja and Ashwin. Really interesting race, if you ask me. I mean, very technical.
And as you can see, just now, the guy who started from the pit lane was pole in the qualifying. He's right behind Dilja, and so as you can see, car number 1, Hashim. And so now we have to look forward for Hashim what he is gonna go, because he was the fastest in the qualifying.
Agreed.
So Hashim has already got the toe of Dilja, and he already made the move. Now let's see because Jokeshan is defending right now for C1, and as well Ashwin as well.
But going so close into C1, I mean, to those who look from the screen, it doesn't look like much, but it can cost you a lot getting into the inside, right? You lose a lot of speed.
Yes, exactly. Because he is not able to see. As I told you, Hashim just made a move on Ashwin, and he's right now, I think, 3rd. Hashim is 3rd currently, and he's gonna.
Hashim is really picking up the pace,
yes.
But Vishwa still pounding the numbers. I mean, he's still holds the fastest with the 1:13.171. He's been phenomenally increasing and bettering his time over the past 5 laps.
Yes, definitely. I think there's some action happened in the Mickey Mouse corner.
Exactly. As you see, the fans are looking out to see. Very curious. A lot of team members also standing out from the terrace. Well, we have a car on the straight being parked. I think the driver's out. Well, number 95, Vishwas Vijayan, continuing his lead with about 9 laps to go. Followed by number 25, Siddharth. Siddharth's really getting the pace up. But I'm not sure with 9 laps to go with the tire wear like this and temperature like this. Like Rohit said, there's a lot of oil secreted onto the track, right? And it could make the track quite slippy. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely you'll be slow like lap by lap because the temperature gonna get higher and higher by lap. But you know, it's not only for one driver; it's for all the drivers. So everyone have to, you know.
So the car that's stuck there is Kunal Maini. I mean, number 79. I think there's more of a car issue than anything else. Well, it's the safest place to be because it's the straight and everybody's going to come out from the street from the other side. Well, we have number 6 and number 2 trying to fight it out. It's going to be an interesting race, guys. Yokeshwaran now is way back down at P5. I've really seen what you were talking about at the moment. So the third bunch is really fighting out. Number 12 trying to get into the inside. That's Tijil trying to fight with Jamal for P6. Vishwas again clocking in the fastest last time around with 8 laps to go with a 1:13.161. Wow, it's a really, really phenomenal pace. In terms of car specifics, what do you think the specifications of these cars?
These are 1300 cars, like, you know, which has the 1300cc engine on it, which has a normal gearbox, normal H gearbox, and yeah, it's a very good car for a newcomer, like, you know, a guy who's stepping into the Formula cars, and it's not very difficult to handle it, but yeah, sort of, you know, it's definitely not like a normal road car. Yeah, everything gonna be a little stiff like the cars.
And I'm sure the teams would have taken a lot of care to making sure the driver fits into his car well, right? How important is a driver fit for his car?
See, for every driver, the driving style is really different, like, you know, so everyone has their own setups. I think something leaking on his car.
Yes, there is definitely
some technical failure in his car. Yeah.
And I've seen this constantly with any of the single-seater racing open-wheel cars. I mean, you always see some kind of issue coming up as this race progresses. You've got 7 laps to go. Okay, Vishwas is ascertaining his dominance in this race. Number 95 clearly saying this is my race to win. Number 25 not really able to respond, and Vishwas is constantly improving his time. Well, I'm just checking through the screen. Yes, he's got his rear view mirror because I was wondering if he knows what kind of lead he's got. But then again, I think when it comes to novice riders, they just going to give everything into the race.
Yeah, because they're just learning, and whatever, like, you know, the experienced drivers taught them, they're just gonna, you know, ride when they drive, and they're trying to keep it as clean as possible when they drive. So since Vishwas is leading it, like, you know, so he don't have any obstacles or any competitors ahead of him, so he don't have to. He can just drive like how he was driving in his qualifying.
What would you do ideally if you were in number 95's place? You're in the lead and you've got a considerable lead. Would you still keep the hammer down, or are you going to pace your race for the next? You've got 7 laps. Considering that 7 laps, and anything could happen in such a race.
Yes, if I was instead of 95, which was definitely. I would not push the car to my limits. Like, I will keep it like 90% of my driving, and I'll ease off a little bit. I'll relax and I'll drive since I have a lot of lead, and since I haven't made any mistakes, so I won't get any penalty, so that I don't have to, you know, really push my limits to get the timing ahead of that penalty. So I would have relaxed and drive instead of driving my, you know, to my limits.
Well, we have a few drivers on the race trying something else. We have number 2, Ashwin, just clocking in his fastest of a 1:14.564. And Yokesh, who is in P6, who's in P5 at the moment. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. At 1:15.585. Both of them just clocking their fastest. I think there's a clear fight out for P4 at the moment. Well, number 95 still going strong, followed by number 25, Siddharth. And in P3 we have Hashim. Hashim somehow managed to get out after all that drama and stay in P3. Well, a clear advantage for Vishwas, and behind him is, I think, the grid kind of is settling into a vibe, and everybody is not a drive. You see?
He just wiped his visor.
I always wondered if helmet manufacturers are going to put wipers on the visor. Have you ever thought of that, you know? Visor onto the wiper onto the visor? Have you ever thought of that?
No. Oh, no? That's a very bad crash.
Oh, that's really
Dilja.
Yeah, Dilja straight into the tire wall. Yeah. Oh, that's a really bad slide. I mean, when your car is sliding, what's the best thing to do?
You can counter steer. You can come off the throttle. Come off the throttle means not fully off the throttle. Like you can come off 40% off.
throttle?
Yeah, you can modulate the throttle and you can counter steer. And you can get the car at the corner.
Great. Yogesh Varan in P5. This clock again another fastest with the 1:15, but the gap is almost 5 seconds between the leader and P5. So it's a real advantage, and Vishwa is really giving his dominance here. He's made sure he's here to make a statement. With 5 laps to go, anything can happen, ladies and gentlemen. That's motorsports for us. Well, Tilda, how was you've got an overall of how many years of experience? Tell your fans,
I've been racing since 2007, and like my first was a karting race, and later I started doing Formula cars with JK Tyre Motorsports like in 2008, and later in between every Indian race they have a problem of financial issues, so because of that I've moved on to saloon class, and I was a champion in saloons, and later just again I got some sponsor support from JK Tires, and again back into formulas.
Well, you heard it from a fellow driver who's been in the sport for more than 10 years, almost 9 years now, and clocking in maybe his 10th year very soon. I mean, it's a very interesting thing to see how motorsports has evolved over the years. I'm sure you would have seen in the past decade of the improvement in the sport. But yes, we're constantly looking out for sponsors. And well, folks who are watching from home, guys, please show them your support. Get on to jktyremotorsport.com. Get to know these guys. I mean, they're giving it everything into the sport. Let's show our support to them. Let's make a big noise on social media, because right now, digital is everything, right? Well, back to the race. We still have Vishwas. No change in the leaderboard. We've got Vishwas number 95 leading with the 1:13.786. His best so far was the 1:13.032. Well, he's come down on the timing a little bit, but we've got 3 laps to go. Hashim is in P3 with... tell me, what do you think is going through Hashim's mind right now?
I don't know, like he might have felt really bad, because he was supposed to start 4th on the grid. I mean, 5th on the grid.
Yeah.
And his car had a technical problem. He was pulled off to the pits, and he took a pit lane start. So basically, how the pit lane start is like, even the last driver should pass after the formation lap. When the race starts, even the last driver should pass the pit lane, then he can take a start from the pit lane. So he took a start from the pit lane, and right now he's 3rd, and that's something you need to really appreciate about. And no wonder, because he was the fastest in the qualifying, So.
No, I agree. I completely see that. It's a big burst in confidence when it comes to the race. Right now, Yogesh Varan trying to ascertain his dominance and keep P5 all to himself. There's a big fight from Jamwal and Tijul Rao. Both of them are giving a serious contention for this fight. There you see on the screen is number 15 getting down into the straight. So far, I see Yogesh really giving a very defensive line. We have number 14 who's washed out at C2, but he's going to have to sit out this race. We've got 2 laps to go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Novice Cup, and we have new drivers entering into motorsports. Beautiful move. Did he just lap somebody?
Yeah, I mean, Vishwas was overlapping car number
Vishwas
15.
has really picked up the pace. Yeah, now that's some serious competition. Well, I think the blue flag should be out by now.
Yeah.
Well...
Oh, there's a safety car on the track now, so...
Oh, this is going to be some drama, yeah? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not really sure what's going on, but we have the safety car out. There is some issue. Usually the safety car comes out when there is some problem. Yeah, all our yellow flags out. I think the cause is the car sitting there. Well, that's really, really crazy, because we've just got 2 laps, just under 2 laps, and the safety car is out. Well, this gives everybody
an advantage, exactly, because but it's a disadvantage for Vishwas and the guy who's Siddharth. Yeah, Siddharth. It's really a disadvantage, because they had a very big lead, and it's a very good advantage for Hashim. Yeah, because he was actually catching up one by one. These two were ahead of him by a lot of distance.
I think it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. But with 2 laps, actually it's a very interesting race. You never know, because Hashim and Yokesh could make the best of it, but I don't really see Yokesh anywhere in the front. Well, Yokesh is pushed off to 15th. I think Yokesh has had some issue.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, guys, the safety car is out. If you've just tuned in, we're at the 21st JK Tyre FMSCI National Racing Championship. This is the JK Tyre Novice Cup 2018. This is round 1 for them. And, well, safety car out? You think so?
Yes. No, not in this lap, but definitely because the car has to get cleared. I think it's gonna end up, the race gonna end under safety car, or yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna end under safety car. Because
or maybe, but it'll be nice if the safety car pulls out even next lap, one lap. Yeah, just one lap.
That would be interesting. One lap finish for Vishwas to really prove what his mettle is. Yes, we have checkered flag.
Checkered flag under safety car. Yeah.
Well, that shows Vishwas is taking this baby home. Well, a fantastic race with the number 95 Vishwas Vijayaraj really proving his skill today and getting to P1. Followed by number 25 Siddharth, followed by number P3 goes to number 1 Hashim EKP. It's been a fabulous race, ladies and gentlemen. We had a safety car finish, and well, good luck to all. Diljit, thank you so much for joining, and it's always been a pleasure to talk to you. We wish you all the best in your race.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, guys, folks, stick around. This is the second half of round 2. We're going to have a fabulous next couple of races. This was a very, very interesting race. I'm rooting for Diljit's race because that's going to have almost 27 cars, if I'm not wrong. I'm curious to see what happens. Anyways, that was Diljit for us. We're here live from Tyre Speedway. We'll see you all folks soon.
कुछ भी लगा दो, इट्स ओके यार, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, इट्स ओके यार। इससे ज्यादा दिमाग तो तुम लोग बाल कटवाने में लगा देते हो, और टायर्स में कुछ भी। सैकड़ों गाड़ियां दौड़ रही हैं, माँ पीछे बैठी है, पर इट्स ओके यार। बीवी बच्चे को बिठा के चलाते हो, गड्ढे हैं, रिस्क है, इट्स ओके यार। हाँ ठीक है, एक्सीडेंट ही तो होगा, मर ही तो जाओगे, बट इट्स ओके यार, क्योंकि सब कुछ टायर्स पे ही डिपेंड करता है। इसलिए जेके टायर्स लाए हैं 2 व्हीलर टायर्स ब्लेज, हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलॉजी वाले रेस ट्रैक टेस्टेड टायर जो दें आपको टोटल कंट्रोल। तो अब से टायर्स में सिर्फ जेके इज ओके, जेके टायर, टोटल कंट्रोल।
This is a moment of silence for all those boss-pleasing, skirt-chasing, side-parting, Mr. Perfect, Mr. Right, predictable, checks emails at the dinner table. This is an apology to you, the boring, non-stop scrolling, the low kinds, the aw types, the been there, done nothing sorts, and you too, the fallbacks, the friend zone quarterbacks, the cheats, the creeps, the sheep. Sit this one out. This ride is not for you. This moment of silence is all you get. Suzuki Gixxer, not for everyone.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the 21st JK Tyre FMSCI National Racing Championship. It's 2:35 in the afternoon right here in Curry Motor Speedway. We're in a small village called Chattipalayam near Coimbatore. So if you're in and around the area, join us for this epitome of racing, hosted by none other than JK Tyre Motorsports. Well, right now, if you're looking at, if you're at home and looking at the screen, we've got the grid right in front of us, and this is the JK Tyre Suzuki Gixxer Cup. Let's have a look and hear what the riders have to say about the upcoming race.
Yeah, it's a good qualifying day, so let's see in the race if I can win or not. Yeah, they are very good riders, so I have to, I can do all my best. Let's see. Thank you.
That was Dong Liana in P1. It's an interesting, it's going to be an interesting fight because the reigning champion is right now in P3, and he's also the leader board. He's the leader in the points table so far after round one of the JK Tyre Suzuki Gixxer Cup. There we have the Suzuki crew. They've been really working endlessly putting this together. Well, we can hear those Suzuki Gixxers fired up and all ready. We've got two grids, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Red Bull Road to Rookies Cup and the Experts Cup. It's going to be an interesting race. We'll talk more about the Red Bull Road to Rookies Cup. Well, this is 29 bikes all in all, 7 bikes in the Red Bull Road to Rookies Cup and 22 in the Expert Grid. Everybody getting ready for this race. The heat's going to be picking up, and there we have number 13, trying to get a little cheeky, is he? If you just checked in, this is the 21st JK Tyre FMSCI National Racing Championship, and we're off. This is going to be a phenomenal race, ladies and gentlemen. We have Dong Liana, who impressed everyone with a fascinating turn of events during qualify earlier today. Well, it's not race time yet, ladies and gentlemen, because this is formation lap as every race ritual goes in. Well, look at the skyline. Coconut trees everywhere. Dong Liana trying to get the most of this lap. Suzuki Gixxer 150. These are the same bikes that you see on the road. The 150cc power machines have been race tuned and race spec'd just for this race. Done to you specially from Suzuki India Motorcycles, and they've done a fabulous job with these motorcycles. If you look at the screen right now, blue is the color. Well, I have a special guest joining me, ladies and gentlemen. You all want to know who it is? Well, I'm sure you all want to know who it is. Well, as I said, we have a special guest, but I'm going to take, as the grid is forming, let's take a quick welcome to Mr. Vaibhav from Suzuki India Motorcycles. We have him here especially. Welcome to the box. Welcome to my office.
Hey
as I
Vivek,
like to say.
thanks for having me.
Well, it's going to be an interesting race. We have Duang Liana, who's just had an interesting, very exciting qualifying, who's in P1, and Joseph Matthew, the reigning champion, in P3, with Syed Muzammil, the Bangalore boy, in P2. So, what expectations?
So this is a very interesting lineup this time. For the first time actually this year, Joseph Matthews not on pole. So I'm really happy to see Lal Mama, Malsan Damliana on pole. Saeed Muzammil Ali is a guy who has raced with us for 2 years. And he's really come up this year. I mean, he was always in the mid-runners last year, and now I see him, he was on the podium in round 1. He's already qualified second. It's amazing.
Well, race start, and we have Duang Liana picking up the pace. He's here to make a statement as he got the first one, with Joseph being in championship. That's a phenomenal lead. Again, every mistake I see riders doing today is looking back. Well, Duang Liana just wants to make sure that he's really stepped up the pace. Well, Suzuki India has brought this down, and we have the Red Bull Road to Rookies Cup. Tell us more about the Red Bull Road to Rookies Cup.
Red Bull Road to Rookies Cup is one of the first platforms that has come up in India where we give young riders a chance to actually participate on the international stage. So,
sorry to cut you off, Vaibhav. I think our race leader just crashed out. Oh my God, that's going to be disastrous. Well, he was so consistent in qualifying. Well, we need to take a look back and see what happened. But right now we have Syed Muzammil, who's going to be extremely happy to be in front. He's taken P1. Ladies and gentlemen, and to all the fans from Aizawl, I think that was Duang Liana who's just washed out at C4, C5. Well, when your grid is so packed, it's always going to be an interesting race. We have Syed Muzammil, number 7, taking the lead. Well, Vaibhav, race is going to go on. So tell us more about the Red Bull Road to Rookies Cup.
Yeah, I know, pity about Malsan Dangliana, but I guess that's racing for you, isn't it?
Motorsports.
Now, getting back to the Red Bull Road to Rookies. So like I was saying, it's the first platform of its kind where we're providing an international stage. One of the best riders from the 12 to 16 year age group would get a chance to participate in the Rookies Cup qualifying. And as we all know, the Red Bull Rookies Cup is like the stepping stone into the world of Moto3, and would then eventually lead to Moto2.
Well, I'm sure everybody who's listening on to this, especially young riders within the age of 12 and 16, are going to be ecstatic to hear, and I hope to see more entries coming in. This time, it's the population of the Red Bull Road to Rookies Cup is from Aizawl. What's that all about? I mean, we see some incredible, even Duang Liana being from the northeast.
Yes, we've had a phenomenal turnout in the last 2 years from the boys from Mizoram, specifically Aizawl. And I think this partly has a role to play because of the strength of the Mizoram Motorsports Association. They're so active in the field of motorcycle racing, they're so enthusiastic about it. They turn up in droves for the selection rounds, and the boys are good, It's as simple as that.
Fair enough. I mean, they're giving our boys the run for their money, because motorsports in general in India was concentrated around the south, as we all know, because of Kari Motor Speedway and the other track in Chennai. Well, back to the race, we have Syed Muzammil just clocking in a 124 with Joseph Matthew right behind him with a 123.756. That's the fastest. That's almost 600th of a second faster than Muzammil. He's right behind number 8 with the Mamba helmet chasing, and we have Sanjeev right behind. Well, Joseph, he's going to make the best of this, I feel, because we've got another 8 laps to go, and it's going to be really interesting. Well, we'll quickly look at the Red Bull Road to Rookies Cup. Right now, we're having the fight between Zotan Mia and PC Andy for championship. Well, Zotan Ma is already 6 points ahead. He's 6 points ahead in the championship, but PC Andy can make the best of it this round.
Yeah, it's really sad. Zotan Maya was leading in round 1 by far, and he had a training practice accident, and he's fractured his hip bone, so he's not with us now. But we have PC Andy and Jerome. Both these boys are at equal points at 14 points each, and either one of these is possibly going to be the one who gets that coveted slot to represent us in Spain for the rookies qualifying.
Agreed.
So we know this by Sunday.
I really hope so. I mean, Jerome's really clocking in the time with a 128, standing at P8 overall, but he's in P1 at the moment. Well, we have an interesting fight going on for P3, as you can see on the screen. Everybody coming on the screen trying to get into the slipstream. I mean, right now, when you enter the straight as a fellow rider, you will know that there's a lot of headwind coming onto these bikes, and these are smaller part engines. So everybody's key is to stick to the tire wall and gain as much advantage as we can. Well, Vaibhav, how's Suzuki's India's movement into motorsports been so far?
Well, this is the 4th year that we're running the Gixxer Cup in India, and we began in 2015. It coincided with the year that Suzuki re-entered MotoGP as well. So Suzuki takes their racing heritage very seriously, not just in India but obviously globally, as we all know.
And we've been seeing a real improvement in MotoGP as well.
So we wanted to also extend that kind of a culture in India. The Gixxer Cup is a flagship program for motorsports as far as Suzuki goes. And we're very happy with the progress. We did Gixxer Cup, we've tied up with Red Bull, conducting the Red Bull Road to Rookies as well. So it's a beautiful journey, and we hope that everyone else who's involved in this will watch it.
Fantastic. I mean, at least as far as we're concerned from the box, I've been a big fan of anybody promoting motorsports, and it's a real kudos to you guys to put this together for 4 years. It's like how Joseph Matthew was taking a look back. You guys don't look back, just keep going forward. Well, Joseph Matthew right now in P2, chasing down Syed Muzammil. Well, Sachin Chowdhury, very interesting chap. He was the first rider in the Red Bull Road to Rookies Cup to actually go to Spain for the selection. And right now, I just saw him get off the screen, chasing off a little bit at C5. But how was his performance during the season?
See, the thing with the Suzuki Gixxer Cup and the way we look at our racing, it's like a family. So if you look at all the top runners, Sachin Chowdhury, like you mentioned, in 2016, the first season we did the Red Bull Road to Rookies, he was the rider who got selected. He went to Spain and represented us there. Sanjeev Matre is racing for us for the 2nd year running. Joseph Matthew is 3rd year running. Syed Muzammil Ali is 2nd year running also. And let's not forget the championship is only 4 years old.
Agreed, I really agree on that. I mean, as you said, for the first time, Joseph Matthew did not grab pole. And maybe for the first time, he might not be able to grab that first place, because last year saw him from start to finish taking P1 all the time. I think that was Sanjeev Matre who just ran out. I hope not, no. Sanjeev Matre just responded back with the 124.809, telling me that I'm still in the race and I'm still in the game. Well, there you go, Sachin Chowdhury trying to get Max out of the sweep. Well, he's chasing down Sanjeev at the moment, but as you see on the race, with just about 5 laps to go, it's more or less, this is one of the rookie boys, number 37, who's crashed out at C1. A very tricky corner to get into, because you're carrying a lot of speed and momentum and braking is key. You overshoot that, you can just wash out your front tire.
Yeah, C1 gets tricky sometimes, especially at race start. I remember in round 1 we had about one incident, but I guess that's all part and parcel of the racing.
Yeah, I remember an experienced rider of ours, who used to speak about C1. So he was a very fast rider, and his trick was simple: never go head on into C1 with a punch. Stick around, stay back, and work your way forward, because C1 first lap, first bunch of 30 riders getting into that corner is really scary. Right now we see Joseph Matthew responding to Syed Muzammil's dominance so far with a 123.347. He's really picked up the pace, and I see him inching closer. Well, Sachin Chowdhury and Sanjeev Matre seems to be having a look at each other, while Sanjeev is on the hunt. Same way with Joseph.
Yeah, this is getting very interesting, because there's a fight for the first position and for a 3rd position, and they're all competitive riders. Sachin and Sanjeev, I'm sure, are going to give each other a good time, and so is Joseph and Syed. Joseph is inching closer, and this is getting interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Let's have a look at the Red Bull Road to Rookies Cup with Jerome, number 35, in P1 with a 126.164, and behind him is PC Andy in P11 overall. But so far as points concerned, Jerome and PC Andy are trying to make the best of it with Zoltan Mao's absence. I mean, you know these riders personally, and how has their improvement been over the past 3 years?
So the boys from Aizwal, this is their 2nd year running with us now, and they've always been very enthusiastic and energetic. They all come as a big bunch, and they're like little family amongst themselves also. But they're good. They already come with so much talent, and then when they race at the racetrack here, they improve, they learn, the reason we are running the Red Bull Road to Rookies on the same grid with the Gixxer Cup is so that they can run with the older riders who have more experience, and they'll watch and learn with them. So like if you said, I think
Jerome is in P8 overall, and that's a really good timing.
Yeah,
I mean, I agree completely. I mean, you need to get faster, always be with the fast bunch, because you eventually will pick up the pace. That's Syed Muzammil coming on screen at the bowl, taking it nice and easy into the sweep. This is where you go all out. And Joseph Matthew trying to stay there with just about 3 laps to go. It is going to be a fight for the finish. While I don't know if Muzammil is going to be very happy, because he's been gunning this. He's been really training hard. I've had the pleasure to chat with him early on. That is Sanjeev, our Red Bull man, who's being chased down by Sanjeev Mathur. So Sanjeev really picked up the pace. And yes, he did as fast as the 1:23.633. With 3 laps to go, there you go. That's C1 getting into the inside. A very sweet move from Sanjeev. Let's see if he can stick it together into C2, because you usually lose out, because that's a straight line altogether. And I'm waiting for him to get out into this frame. Well, Sanjeev managed to stick it. But Sachin is a very competitive rider as well. So I think there's going to be a good fight there. As I said, he's definitely getting into this inside of C4, C5, trying to give pressure onto Sanjeev. But Sanjeev has spent quite some time in the Honda series and now moved to Suzuki. How's the development, rider development? Because I know that's an integral part of Suzuki racing engine.
We conduct what we call a rider training program at the beginning of every season with the boys. After we've done selection with the final grid, we conduct a 3-day rider training, which is done with a very thorough curriculum. There's theory sessions, there's practical sessions, there's racecraft, race simulations, all the basics of riding on a track, including safety, regulations, norms, everything. So it's a very integral part of this program. Happens at the beginning of the season, and obviously there's mentoring.
So the entire batch typically has a coach around who's going to constantly monitor their progress and give them the right tips and feedback, because this sport is everything about feedback.
It is, but we don't have coaches all the time, but very often, yes.
Well, folks, those who are listening at home, we've got 2 laps to go. I want to quickly tell you all, if you're ever looking, if you own a Suzuki, or if you don't own a Suzuki, you love racing, this is the place to be. Next year, we're going to continue the season with even more power, even more ferocity, and we're expecting more people to show down, because the competition is always stiff. Vaibhav, we've got 2 laps to go. In short, what improvement has the bike seen over the development into racing?
So the bike, we've luckily see our engines, we have immense faith in our engines. We've not really had to touch anything in the engine. We have changed things like the entire exhaust system. We've put in a performance air filter, changed the jetting a bit, and played around with the sprocketing of the bike. So just changing the ratios, etc. But beyond that, engine, there's no changes. Obviously, we have put rear set foot pegs, clip-on, drop-down handlebars. We've done a bit of weight reduction, removing extraneous things like headlights and indicators and things like that, rear cowls and all.
Fantastic. I mean, there's a lot of weight reduction, but the overall power increase would just be there. That's Sachin getting into the slipstream. Vaibhav, I've got something very interesting to tell you. We saw Duang Liana crash out, right? He's back in the race, and he's in P8. Not bad at all for somebody who crashed out, got back on the bike, and fighting through to get that man has some serious drive. They always say racing is not about strength but spirit, and he's just shown the true spirit of racing. We have Joseph Matthew May for the first time in the last lap. This is a classic example of Joseph's maturity and experience in racing. A beautiful move into C4, C5, and Muzammil was clearly not expecting that. Let's see what Muzammil has to say. Will he be able to catch the inside of Joseph Matthew? I'm not sure, because Joseph is not going to let this go that easily. And this is the Bumner, one of the most trickiest parts of the corner. Oh, Muzammil just lost a lot of drive. It's always a slow entry and a fast exit. And that was really, really tough on Muzammil. Let's see, he's got a little more ground to cover. Who will it be, Joseph Matthew or Muzammil?
This is a really tough one you're putting me in, Vivek. I have no idea who to root for now. They're both good riders. Saeed's been so smooth this race, but apparently Joseph was just saving the best for last, wasn't he?
Oh yes,
gosh,
this is going to be very
close.
interesting,
Oh
and that might cost him just something. Let's see, who's it going to be, number 8 or number 7?
Oh my God,
that was a
great.
very close finish, but beautiful race, and I like that. I like that.
Yes,
I
yes.
like that when, wow. I think Syed Muzammil just took his first ever victory. We're going to wait for race officials to tell us. But guys, be back with us. We have Jerome, who's taken P1 in the Red Bull Road to Rookies Cup with PC Andy right behind. I mean, thank you so much, Vaibhav. It's been a pleasure to have you.
Thanks for having me.
We wish all the best for Suzuki Motorcycle Racing. And I hope to see you soon. Well, folks, this was the Red Bull Road Rookies Cup and the Tyre Gixxer Cup. See you all in a commercial break.
कुछ भी लगा दो, इट्स ओके यार, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, इट्स ओके यार। इससे ज्यादा दिमाग तो तुम लोग बाल कटवाने में लगा देते हो, और टायर्स में कुछ भी। सैकड़ों गाड़ियां दौड़ रही हैं, माँ पीछे बैठी है, पर इट्स ओके यार। बीवी बच्चे को बिठा के चलाते हो, गड्ढे हैं, रिस्क है, इट्स ओके यार। हाँ ठीक है, एक्सीडेंट ही तो होगा, मर ही तो जाओगे, बट इट्स ओके यार, क्योंकि सब कुछ टायर्स पे ही डिपेंड करता है। इसलिए जेके टायर्स लाए हैं 2 व्हीलर टायर्स ब्लेज, हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलॉजी वाले रेस ट्रैक टेस्टेड टायर जो दें आपको टोटल कंट्रोल। तो अब से टायर्स में सिर्फ जेके इज ओके। जेके टायर, टोटल कंट्रोल।
I can feel the special, feel love like we do.
Be nice, no scratches please.
I can feel the special, I can say that's true.
Introducing the Suzuki Bergman Street, the special one.
Ready for the good times?
Divided by teams, united by Kingfisher, the king of good times.
Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Tyre FMSCI National Racing Championship 2018. This is round 2. We're coming to you live from the Curry Motor Speedway. Well, this is a full house, and rightfully here is Mr. Nayan Chatterjee, number 9 from the Euro JK series, and he's here to join us in the pit box. Please, if you're at home and wherever you are, give a warm, big round of applause to Nayan for his previous race, and he's here. Welcome, Nayan, to the grid, to the box. Welcome to my office. I like to say this, it makes me feel very fancy. Congrats on your race. So we're going to take a quick look at the grid with Vishnu Prasad, number 6 in the lead from M Sport Racing. A tough day, as you said earlier, huh?
Well, I mean, Vishnu has been really consistent this weekend, and he's played his qualifying really well. He's managed to put it on top, followed by Chitesh Mandari and Raghu Rangasamy. We have Sandeep at number 4. So it's going to be a really tough fight between the top 5 drivers there.
Yeah, you said it right. I want to hear more from them. So let's head on to the screen. We're going to talk to Vishnu Prasad. Ladies and gentlemen, this is P1 Master.
Yeah, I mean, I feel good. Got a good lap in qualifying. Have some good pace. Hopefully, you know, I can get a win from the beginning with a good lead. But I know it's not going to happen. It's going to be a tough race with Rahul and Chitesh right behind me. Hopefully, it's a clean race and we get some good points out of this. I mean, my car feels good. Felt good in qualifying. Hopefully, it stays the same. We've had some problems on Thursday and Friday. We sorted it out. It feels really good going into this race, and hopefully it can finish the same way. I think Chitesh and Rahul, both of them are really good, and I'm really looking forward to racing with the both of them.
It's a very tough race because this time the qualifying, everything it's so close. The qualifying is so close, and all the top 6-7 drivers are within 2-3 tenths. And it's a very tough race, and it matters a lot because last round I had a DNF. So for this race, I'm just looking for a good point. So far the car is doing really good. And let's see now, it's okay, like not so hot, so I think we should be there at the top 3. Everyone on the grid are tough because the top 8 as well are very tough. Thanks.
Well, we heard it right from them under the helmets. As we all know, I mean, when tucked under the helmet, you never know what the driver is really thinking about. What do you do when you're under the helmet and sitting ahead?
Well, I just try to keep it calm and focus for the race.
Well, Nine, in the meantime, let's take a look at the screen and quickly look at the grid. We've got in P1, number 6, Vishnu Prasad from M Sport Racing. In P2, we have Chitesh Manduri, number 5 from Avalanche Racing. In P3, we have number 99, Rahul Rangaswamy from M Sport Racing as well. So the grid is quite strong. We have in P4, the man from New Delhi, Rohit Khanna. From Ducktown Racing. In P5, we have Sohil. In P6, Rupesh Shivkumar. In P7, Diljit. In P8, Vibhav Parker. In P9, Nabil Hussain. In P10, Sai Sanjay. In P11, Bala Prasad. In P12, Mihir Barve. In P13, Rahul Deshpande. In P14, Sandeep Kumar. In P15, Mega. In P16, Anshul. In P17, Akshay Kapoor. In P18, Rohan Kanodia. In P19, Sachin Samar. In P20, Manav Dogal. In P21, Shivani Prithvi. In P22, Diana. In P23, Leah Dharan. In P24, Midlani. In P25, Manisha. In P26, Bhagyashree. So that last makes up the Ahura Racing, which is the India's first all-women's team. So
I think you've been more tired saying out the names than them driving there.
Well, it's 26 cars altogether, and the Formula LGB series, when it's such a tight track, I mean, you've raced this, and what goes on?
In a 2.1 kilometer circuit, having 26 cars is impossible to race because it's so tight, and they managed to keep it inside 3 to 4 seconds. I mean, leader and the last person, I mean, they're in 3 to 4 seconds of the lap time. So it's going to be real close racing, and the top 10 are separated by a few tenths. So this is going to be a real fun race to watch.
Certainly, Nine rightfully said. I'm very curious. And what do you think about Ahura Racing's step into bringing India's first all-women's racing team?
I mean, I would like to congratulate Sarosh Ataria. I mean, he's done a wonderful job by exclusively, making a team for women drivers, and he's giving them opportunities to drive. Definitely, I mean, there's a lot of investment put in by JK Tyre and Sarosh. So, I mean, this is the first step for Indian women to come up in motorsports, and we don't know from here where they go.
I agree. When it's been so far a male-dominated sport, not by force, but just the lack of information in India and not the right support for women into this kind of sport, because its danger is written everywhere. I mean, when you enter the track, it is a motorsport. Motorsport is a dangerous sport.
Yeah, I mean, these girls are really brave. I mean, everyone's got like very good occupations. And, I mean, they studied well in school, but I mean, the parents are also really supportive to have them running.
Well, we're at the race start, ladies and gentlemen. That's a huge grid. I have not seen this grid in a very long time. 26, I mean, it barely fits the grid. Well, who's your money on?
Well, my eyes on Vishnu at the moment. I mean, I ran with him for the last 2 to 3 years, and you know, he's really helped me a lot to get up wherever I am. So I'm just really glad, and the lights go off.
Oh yes, we have race start, ladies and gentlemen. This has been an exciting start. Vishnu Prasad, 9 earlier told me that Vishnu might get into P2, get into rhythm, and then break off probably the second half of the race. But as I can see, number 6 Vishnu Prasad going in head on into P1. Oh, somebody's ringing the score. That's number 24, Sohil, the rookie. So we have 2 grids put together. That's why 26 plus. So we have the Red Bull, we have the LTV Formula for rookie and the Expert Plus. Vishnu Prasad right in front, Rahul Rangaswamy giving a very defensive step towards Rohit. I think Rohit is right behind in P3. Well, Vishnu Prasad, you were wrong, my friend, and you owe me money now.
Yeah, definitely I was wrong. I thought Vishnu was going to lose it in the start, but I mean, he's held it really well and he's kept it on pole. And Rohit's driving really well. He's at P3, P4 at the moment.
He's at
And
P3.
He just overtook Chitesh Mandodi.
Well, if I'm not wrong, I think Sohil has lost the front fender, and I think it's really going to cost him some time over the 15 lap race.
I think he needs to go in right now because the oil and black flag is going to be there pretty soon.
Very true. As they're all entering into the straight, what I'm really happy about is they got out of C1 without any incident so far, with Vishnu Prasad leading the charge with the fastest 1:14.879. That's a brilliant shootout. Rohit Khanna right behind number 1 from Darktown Racing in with 1:15.168. And number 99 from M Sport Racing, Rahul Rangaswamy and P3 making the first 3 positions on the grid. Sohil from the rookie series is in first P1 at the moment, chasing Chitesh Mandodi. What do you think is going to happen between these two?
For the amount of experience Sohil has, I mean, he's doing a brilliant job. I mean, I'm really looking forward to seeing him on top. M4 has done a real good job by coaching him and getting him right on top.
Well, Chitesh Mandodi, the reigning champion in the FLTV Formula 4, is really, I mean, he stands overall 5th in the championship with Vishnu Prasad ahead by almost 8 points, and it's going to be a very interesting season because this is the second round of the race and race 1. I'm really curious to see number 6 Vishnu Prasad. There you go on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, entering the sweep, followed by the rest of the bunch. Darktown Racing has really done fabulous job with Rohit Khanna's car, as you can see. In that frame where I see Avalanche and M Sport dominating, we finally have one car from Darktown Racing. Well, fact of the matter, we put Linton through us earlier in the box, number 45, just clocking in the fastest with a 1:11.289. About 400 from Vishnu, but he's way back in P6.
Diljit's the national champion. He knows how to drive. He's been driving for so long. I know he's going to make up places and he's going to give tough time for all the drivers on top.
You seriously think so with just about 13 and a half laps to go? I mean, there's a lot of ground to cover.
Anything can happen. I mean, this category is so competitive. Anything can happen. Anyone gets each other slip and the track is just reduced. Anyone's race.
Very true. There you see Rahul trying to make a small break into the defense of Rohit Khanna. But Rohit Khanna being a very experienced driver, I mean, he's been racing for more than a decade and he's comes with a lot of power-packed experience.
I think I wasn't even born when he started racing.
This is similar to MotoGP, right? We have Marcus versus Rossi. I see the same line. But Chitesh Mandodi, the reigning champion, is struggling to stay in 4th. What do you think? He was in P2, but the way I see it, the car seems to be performing all right. But he's still not able to respond back. Wow, Diljit just clocking in again, trying to make a break, but Vishnu Prasad did his best with a 1:11.495, keeping his best at an all-time high. And as you said, he's been training really hard, and there's a lot of just coming out of C2.
I can just see Rangaswamy's made a move on Rohit Khanna.
hold up? The car's going to hold up with the front
He
fender off?
definitely has a disadvantage, but the way he's holding up to Chitesh, that's really a brilliant job.
I feel there's a lot to add with the punch, so you can catch onto the slipstream and just hold on there, right? Wow. I mean, very interesting so far. Vishnu Prasad, he wants to claim championship. He lost it last year, but Chitesh Manduri, the reigning champion, not really breaking out of the defense. As a driver in such a competitive series and with so little margin for errors, what do you think goes on in their mind when you're in Vishnu's place?
He was right at the end right now.
Yeah.
He was gone off. He have gone off while winning the race. So it's not a place where you need to be.
Agreed. Vishnu Prasad stands with a championship total of 22 points, followed by Rahul. Whoa, Soil is making a really headstrong move into that, trying to break Chitesh Manduri. You see the rookie trying to break the defense of Chitesh Manduri. That's up to Soil. I think he's doing a fabulous job in this race so far. With just about 11.5 laps to go, we see Darton Racing. Oh, wow, Rohit kind of making the move again. So that's going to be a really strong dogfight between Rohit and Rahul. But Rahul again comes with a lot of experience, and he's known for his really brave, sometimes pushed over moves, right?
I mean, right now,
Actually, I'm going to see two moves, I'm guessing, because
I think Sohail Archa also might make a move, yeah.
Very true. Right behind Soul is Diljit, who's making up time slowly yet steadily. We've got just about 10 laps to go, and there's enough ground and enough time for Diljit to catch up, as you said. Because now the points matter, because Diljit stands 6th in the championship with 8 points. But with round 2, he could really make up the time. But also with the reverse 8, it could work to his advantage tomorrow.
Very true. I mean, Diljit should...
Oh, this is a very interesting fight between Chitesh and Soil. I'm really impressed with this because Soil is the
man they didn't touch.
Really
surprising.
Very, very clean racing from the two of them. Rohit and Rahul are constantly at it. Darton Racing from the racing. Right now, in terms of points, L Sport is in the lead with a total of 43 points, with Darton sticking behind at 34 points and Avalanche at 24. What do you think is going on with Avalanche? Because last year they were really dominant.
Last round, Chitesh drove really well. I think he won a race.
Correct.
He did. Everyone cannot be everyone say like they all the time.
Last time we saw him finish out of the three P2 in both races, and he did not finish in one race. So I think that was the problem where he lost out the points. But this is a very interesting race. Really cutting it close is Vishnu. The real view mirror helps.
It definitely helps, but as long as you try to get one copy in a lap, you keep on looking at everybody, you just end up building unnecessary pressure, get overtaken.
Wow, beautiful slipstream taken from Chitesh. Who is it going to be, Chitesh or Sohail?
Sohail finally made the move and it actually stuck, but Chitesh is going to get him on the inside.
Very true. And if you notice the screen, Diljit just made up for everything with that. Wow, Diljit just picked up everything into that move from Sohail, and this is what happens in racing, right? You see fighting in the air, close enough, you can catch the slipstream. As you said, Diljit almost has a decade experience in the racing, and he knows exactly how to manage his tyre well. What happens with the tyres?
So in 15 laps, you're going to be running the tires right to the edge, and sometimes like right now, Vishnu is not really super pushing at the moment. He's driving really chill and calm. He doesn't want his tires to heat up way too much and get eaten up totally. Probably when Rohit and Rahul close in, probably he will start pushing more and oh my God, Rahul made a big error, which made him lose a lot of
pace.
pace.
Cost him a lot of time, but we've got just about 8 laps to go. I'm not sure if Rahul can make him a time, but I've seen Rahul before. I've seen him and I've seen how powerful he is. Wow, Diljit and Chitesh just took on Soul. There you go, that just shows Fender definitely being a disadvantage, but then again the experience. But Soul's really putting in a really good fight, and that's where I think racing is all about. Beautiful, and they have a touch, but you think a touch like that would cost them?
Definitely, it's something you would like to have.
Agreed. I mean,
be a puncher for sure, but he just got lucky.
Rightly, I asked Diljit about slides. What happens when your car is sliding? What do you guys?
I mean, sometimes we can counter. If we can counter this here, it can work, but sometimes it just doesn't work.
Now was very close, very tight line from Rohit. He's really pushing the medal there. I'm wondering, what's going on in his head. Can he catch up with Vishnu? I really doubt.
Getting closer and closer right now.
Timing-wise, Rohit just put in his fastest with the 1:11.299. He's definitely trying to make up the ground. He's the fastest on the grid at the moment. Well, let's see what Vishnu has to say about that. Vishnu Prasad just crossing the checkered line for another 7 laps to go on this race. Well, Nayan, folks, if you don't know, Nayan's going to be racing there, so stick around. We're going to be seeing the top 9 in action. He won last race, and I'm going to wish him all the best for that. So he's here. It's such an interesting race. Beautiful. This is a fight between Avalanche and M Sport Racing, with the teammates being neck and neck. Wow, that's pulling in a lot of dust. What happens when there's so much dust? Certainly not.
Definitely losing traction at turn 2 right now, which is going to be really bad for all of us. That's right after them. And our cars have a lot of downforce. You've got to be a little careful. Second call.
Well, fantastic racing so far. If you don't know, if you've just checked in, this is the 21st Tyre FMSCI National Racing Championship. We have on the screen a fight between number 45, Diljit TS, who was in P6, now made it up to P4, fighting with the reigning champion Chitesh Mandudi, and right behind the rookie, who stunned us all with an impressive performance so far. Wow, Nabil Hussain. So in the rookie series, Sohail Shah is leading the chart at the moment. Well, Ahura Racing, the ladies are just picking up the pace. I had the pleasure to chat with one of the girls today who's racing for the first time. It's her first ever race, and she's really nervous. And she said, I'm hoping to learn a lot of the things from racing with the pros. But that really helped, right?
I mean, there have been no incidents where girls have caused ruckus. I mean, they're driving really well. Sarosh is training them really well, and there's not been a single complaint where, a girl driver's been blocking the boys. So, I mean, they're playing fair and square. Anyways, it's time for me to go. My race is coming up, and I'll be starting 6.
Nayan, thank you so much for joining us. All the best for your race. Kill it, and I shall see you on screen. Well, guys, thank you so much. That was Nayan Strategy, leading raceman in today's Euro JK18 series. Well, he's had a fabulous performance. Back to the race, we have no changes so far. It's just that there's an interesting fight. I'm more concerned of the fight between Diljit, Chitesh and Sohail. Rohit Khanna, Rahul Rangaswamy and Vishnu Prasad seems to have taken an autopilot mode. They're just going to tuck their heads down and keep fighting it forward. If you've just checked in, you're looking at the FLGB Formula 4 series. This is, if you don't want to know more about the car, this is a 1.3-litre Maruti Suzuki carbureted engine car. Weighs about 450 kilos, making it really light with a horsepower of 90 bhp, making it beautiful in terms of power-to-weight ratio. And as you can see on the screen, it's more exciting to talk about the race because, wow, Sohail and Chitesh and Diljit are just added. And mind you, Sohail has lost his front fender. That's a lot of drag he's carrying through into the race. But luckily, since he's in the back, he's able to make cover with the slipstream provided from both the Avalanche Racing cars. Well, Avalanche Racing really needs the points because right now they stand third in the championship with Darkton ahead of them. And M Sport Racing, thanks to Rahul Rangaswamy and Vishnu Prasad in the earlier round. Round 1 saw Vishnu Prasad take off with 22 points, Rahul Rangaswamy with 21 points, Rohit Khanna with 17. Sandeep Kumar with 17 and Chitesh Mandudi with 16. That makes the top 5 in terms of championship points. I'm really curious to see what happens. We still have the same in P1, P2 and P3, but the interesting fight is between number 45, Diljit, number 24, Sohail, number 5, Chitesh Mandudi, and number 44, Nabil Hussain is somehow snuck into this dogfight. I mean, it's really interesting to see. As you can see, the flags, the wind speed has come down a bit. I'm checking the weather forecast right now. Temperature is cooling down at the moment to a low 30 degrees Celsius, and it's going to come down. The lowest today at 21 degrees. Well, that's a lot of dust cover. I'm wondering, yes, somebody just spun out into C1. That's number 21. Number 21 just spun out as C1, ladies and gentlemen. Tough luck for the lad. That is Vibhav Parker, again, who's leading the championship. Nowhere to be seen. I'm really surprised. This is going to cost him a lot of points in the championship. I don't know if he can make a cover with just about 3.5 laps to go. Well, I've been trying to scout for Vibhav Bhatta for some time, with Sohail Shah making the best of things, and there is no other better way to say it. This lad is making a fight for it. Sohail Shah from Bengaluru. Well, he's here to win this. I see Vishnu Prasad for the first time ever during this race. We see Ahura racing car. One of the girls where Vishnu Prasad, that's Bhagyashri, who's in the last at the moment. I'm sorry, that's number 12. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Ahura Racing's car who stands in the last of the grid, which is Mega KS. We've got just about 3.5 laps to go, with Vishnu Prasad leading this race with a 1:11.479 last time around. But I'm curious to see what happens. We've started seeing pitting of the first driver to the last driver, and I'm really excited to see what's going to be the end result of this race. Nayan already told me that he had a chat with Vishnu, and Vishnu was thinking of sticking to P2, but he went all in and pushed it. That's some intense braking from Chitesh Manduri into the Bermuda, which is a very technical segment of this track. And I've seen a lot of fatalities on this track at that stage. Well, we're seeing a clear fight. That is number 17 for the first time around. That is Diana Kundoli from Pune. This is the first race, ladies and gentlemen, and she's giving it her best. Kudos to Ahura Racing for making the first ever All India all-women racing team, and I'm really good job from JK Tyre and Ahura Racing so far. Well, I've got some interesting news. Number 99, Rahul Rangaswamy, just pitted in the one fastest lap of this time, which is a 1:11.236. Well, all of them are in the 1:11s, but this fight is really getting interesting. Sohail not really able to make cover with both the Avalanche Racing cars fighting out, because it's going to be anybody's race with the way these three are fighting. Nabil Hussain not able to really make a move, and beautiful move from Sohail into the inside, stuck it in, hit the apex, and a clear exit out. Oh, we've got two cars out. That's number 7 from Avalanche Racing, Rahul Deshpande. Tough luck for him. He's in the gravel spot, and that's never the best place to be for a driver in his race. Well, we wish him all the best for the next race. We've got 2 laps to go, with Rahul Rangaswamy again pitting in a 1:11.236. The interesting thing in this grid is that we've got the rookie and the expert, and it's all in the same grid, which provides a platform for all young drivers to push and learn from the experts. Well, this is the last lap of the race. We have Vishnu Prasad, number 6, taking from start to finish. Will he be able to do it? Yes, he can. He's there, getting into C4, C5. Outside, comfortably taking a smoother line. Wow, I just saw number 1, Rohit Khanna, come behind some of the few backbenchers of this race. Will Vishnu Prasad be able to claim title? Rahul Rangaswamy making the best of it and getting into the inside. Will he be able to take it? No! That was really, really tight move. As I said earlier, Rahul is known for his devious ways of racing. He likes to get a little naughty. He likes to get in the way. He likes to push and try his hardest. That's racing, ladies and gentlemen. Like Vishnu Prasad, taking it home. Can he take it home? Yes, he does. For round 2, he wanted this badly. He's taking it home, ladies and gentlemen. Vishnu Prasad claims victory with Rohit and Rahul followed by. Rahul tried his best but managed to get P3, with Rohit taking P2. We're going to wait for the official prize distribution to see if there are any changes nonetheless, because it's a huge grid. It's been a very interesting race so far, and kudos to Vishnu Prasad. Take a bow, Vishnu Prasad. You've been fabulous through this race. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after a power pack race, I'm going to grab a quick break. I'll see you all soon for the final race of today, which is the Euro JK18. Stay tuned. We're going to be back after a commercial break.
घर से बाहर निकल पड़े तो ये पहिए कितना कुछ दिखाते हैं। जैसे मनाली जाकर पता चला कि पापा रॉक का शौक भी फरमाते हैं। ईरा और मीरा शकीरा से कम नहीं, ये बात बुआ की स्माइल से झलक गई। शादी की पहली ट्रिप में पता चल गया कि लाइफ अब वाइफ के इशारों पे चलने वाली है। कोई तो है जिसकी बातें लेट नाइट नेहा को गुदगुदाती हैं। काव्या और रोहन में असली टाइगर कौन है, ये बात चुटकी में क्लियर हो जाती है। तो राहों की उंगली थामो और निकल पड़ो, क्योंकि जितना दूर जाओगे अपनों के उतना करीब आओगे। JK Tyre, total control.
We are the daring ones and the caring ones. We dare to make friends more than the miles we travel. We are the riding souls, the brave, the free. We dare to live for today and dare tomorrow. We dare! Dare to ride Suzuki Intruder, India's modern cruiser.
Good times, here we go. Divided by teams, united by Kingfisher, the king of good times.
Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. This is the final race. You are watching the 21st JK Tyre FMSCI National Racing Championship. Right here on the screen is the Euro JK18 series. They're all ready. That's the 5-minute board. And this is the reverse 6. If you caught the race earlier, 9 strategy finished with a P1, followed by Karthik Athrani, who gave a tough fight, and in third, Brian Pereira. So it's the reverse 6 where the top 6 gets reversed. So we have Manav Sharma, who finished 6th in the last race, who's standing right now at P1. Sudarshan Rao, who finished 5th at P2. Ashwin Datta, who finished 4th at P3. And Brian Pereira, Karthik, 9 making up the first 6. It's an interesting fight with P7 going to Nirmal Uma Shankar, who had a tough race. Arya Singh in P8, Mira Erda, the only girl in this series. And with 10 with Chetan Korada, and P11 completing the grid is Yash Aradhya. Chetan Korada had a very good qualifying with P2, but ended up finishing the race as he had a false start in the beginning of race 1 in round 2. Let's go hear what Manav has to say, being at pole.
Had a bad start and went back, so couldn't make it to top, but now we starting on pole. Let's see what we can do. Everyone is tough, like we all are within 3 tenths, and this year competition is hot, it's very tough, and yeah. Car feels good. I think it's because of my driving has improved and good car I have. That's why I'm doing well this season. Thank you.
Actually, I had a better race. I started 9th and I finished 5th, so it's good. So hopefully I'll be better.
Welcome back. So you heard it right from them just before their race 2. This is September 1st. We're coming to you live from Chettipalayam, a small village laying the foundation for motorsports, national racing in India. Brought to you by JK Tyre Motorsport. They've been doing it for 21 years and we're going to go stronger than ever before. Well, this is the Euro JK18 series. Well, they're off for their formation lap. A formation lap usually given right before a race just to ensure that track conditions are clear, all the cars are secure, and we're going to have a clean race. Well, it's going to be an interesting race. We are seeing the reverse 6 right now in order. And I'm waiting for a dear friend who joined us earlier on in the box. Well, he has asked me for 2 minutes. This is the 21st edition of the JK Tyre FMSCI National Racing Championship. A step towards budding racers into the next level of racing. And this is the top of the class in India who are putting it all out into this season. This is going to be a 15-lap race. And we're going to be watching this live, bringing to you from Chettipalayam, from the Curry Motor Speedway. This is a 2.1 kilometer track, a very tight track indeed, and this is the perfect number of cars to have a really good competition. Earlier on, we just completed the Formula LGB4 series with the rookies and the experts, and the first ever all-women racing team joining in with the big boys. If you're watching live, tune in to jktyremotorsports.com or into our YouTube channel. Hashtag Buckle Up India, hashtag Place to Fame. It's their chance to give it all. We have a total of 11 riders making 6 grids into this championship. We have new colors this year with Manav and Sudarshan going with the black and green combo. Ashwin Datta, who is the championship leader so far with 24 points. He had a really good first round, finishing 4th, 3rd and 3rd. Brian Pereira, followed by just lagging by a point from Sri Lanka. The Sri Lankan has been really improved his pace over last year, and he's been doing consistent performance. Nayan S. Chatterjee is going to give it everything to make sure he stands in first, because he's here for the championship and he wants to keep it that way. Well, he had a tough first round with 20 points, standing 4th, and the earlier race saw him finish 1st. Well, all of them are ready. We're waiting for lights out. Stay tuned, folks, because this is going to be one hell of a race. This is the 21st JK Tyre FMSCI National Championship, and we're going to have red light and lights off. But this is going to be a very interesting race, ladies and gentlemen. Hold your horses, because 15 laps left between them. A little bit of weaver from Ashwin Datta into the grass, but he's quickly stuck into it. Well, it's going to be a shootout for C1 because they want to Manav, Sudarshan, Ashwin, Brian, all into C1 going in, and I think Manav was still sticking into. Rohit Khanna, welcome back after your very, very interesting race. A really good show, Rohit. Thank you for joining us. I've been bothering him. Guys, I'm not bribing him. He just decided to come. He likes to step into my office from time to time because it's a good mental break, don't you think, Rohit? With Rohit, speaks about youngsters because he clearly had a lot of time into racing. How many years so far, Rohit?
Well, in total, I've raced about 8-9 years. Took a sabbatical for about 7 years in between, and then kind of rejoined in 2014.
Well, thank you for joining in. This is the reverse 6, as you can see. with Manav Sharma clocking in a very, very good pace. But Karthik in number 4, Karthik in P4 with number 16, just clocking the fastest of 17865. Manav Sharma, the young lad from Faridabad, really picked up this season. What do you think?
Yeah, he's a youngster who basically has taken a lot of pitch starts. So he's had a gradual progression and development to how he's been driving. It's just sheer pleasure in terms of the fitness levels that he has and the kind of dedication he has to be in the sport and prove a point. I was in the same flight as he was flying in from Delhi, and we get to have a chat. And he's apparently super excited about being here and just proving a point and winning a couple of races.
Well, tough luck for Sudarshan. I think he just went out. Sudarshan was really catching in the lead. He was in P2, but some technical issue with the car. I don't know if he overshot.
Well, had he overshot, he would have possibly rejoined the track, and there you see Ashwin Datta having an off moment out of the last corner. That would ensure that he compromises his grip going into corner number 1 because his tyres have picked up a lot of dirt. So you see Karthik Tarani Singh really putting the pressure on him.
Well, very impressive move from Ashwin. He just won to the outside trying to make sure he makes a very fast exit, which definitely has got his advantage because Karthik is right in front, trying to make a break for it because Karthik right now stands third in the championship and he gave a really good fight last race to 9.
He did, finishing second, top order reverse 6, implying that he would have started 5th. I think he's made up a lot of ground already. Task cut out for Nayan and for Brian Pereira very, very clearly, and for Ashwin to reclaim that position and ensure that he gets some points on the championship challenge.
Good to know that Sudarshan just walked out peacefully. Well, he's not going to be finishing the race, and that's going to cost him some points, as you can see.
That's unfortunate, but it's part and parcel of racing. It's man and machine, so anything can go wrong. It's a nightmare for any driver, or a sad sight for any driver to kind of have a look.
Looks like the safety car is out.
Yeah, looks like the safety car is out. All of them are going to bundle up together. It'll be very interesting to see from here on, though, that what Karthik Tarani Singh can do on the restart and pile a pressure on Manav Sharma and close up the gap and possibly even shoot into the lead.
I agree. I mean, Rohit, what goes on when the safety car is out? What's your thinking?
Well, safety car actually is honestly a nightmare for any leader on any racetrack in any race because apparently whatever advantage he's built up in terms of the distance to the car, which is running second and third, all of that closes in. Like you see, all of these cars under a strict speed regulation follow the safety car speed and bundle in all together. So you see the lights flickering on the safety car top, but those lights go off to basically indicate to the driver that the safety car is going to go in and the race is going to resume. No overtaking happens every time all the cars cross the start-finish line, right, which is just under the lights. So it will be interesting to see how these guys pace up. And Manav, I don't think, has taken a restart under safety car on pole, so it will be interesting to see how he really plans his move.
Yeah, I mean, it's about testing the skill right now, and I think it's just going to be an all-out fight because 9 needs the points, and he's right now at P5, right behind Brian. Brian, the Sri Lankan, is really improved his pace over the past year, and I think he's trying to gun for the championship because he's second in the championship right now.
Yeah, but so he apparently won a couple of races on the 4 races in round 1. Still has to, so he managed the podium in race 1 as well, if I'm not mistaken. And we'll just see how it goes. Nayan and Brian, I'm sure, are going to be charging in from the back to try and claim as many positions as they can and move ahead of the ladder.
Yeah, we've just with about 11 laps to go and the safety car still in. They've got roughly around 9 to 10 laps of real good racing to do. Manav, I'm really curious to see because the 14-year-old from Faridabad is still in school, same as Yash Aradhya, but he's right now in P8. I think he's got a lot of ground to cover. Miraheta, the only girl in the race, is still stuck in P9 with Chetan Purada. Chetan Purada's confidence seems to have taken a hit, or I don't know if it's an issue with the car because he seems to be stuck behind, not able to make a move yet.
So I happened to speak with him when he was seating and getting seated in the car, coming onto the grid for the start. And he apparently said something in the engine is not right, is the reason why he's losing power. So, and that is pretty evident, from the fact of the lap times that he's clocked in race 1, nowhere close to what he's done in qualifying. So I just hope the issue is resolved and he can make up a couple of places because today's position also will have a huge bearing on the championship table.
Agreed. I mean, it's an early move into the championship. But then again, guys, if you just checked in, this is the 21st JK Tyre FMSCI National Racing Championship. This was the Euro JK Series 18 race. This is race 2 of round 2. Here happening live at Curry Motor Speedway. The 2.1 kilometer track bears witness to the rise of champions, as I'd like to say. And we've seen a number of championships move from this small little village and move into bigger shores. And I wish all these drivers the very best, but the safety car seems to be continuing its lap because they're taking time to recover.
Yeah, so it's in the safety of all drivers. Till the time the stranded car is not actually parked in a safe spot, the safety car would not go in. I'm assuming this is going to be the last lap, so you will see at some point the lights going off unless or until there's a further delay. Manav, I'm sure is it's helping Manav behind the safety car maintain all those leads and take off the laps. But it'll be interesting to see how Karthik Ranasinghe makes a move and how he challenges Manav on the restart.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be a very close fight between Manav, Karthik and Ashwin so far. I'm just curious to see what Nayan has to say about this, because he's going to be extremely happy to stick in because he couldn't really make up much time in those 2 laps that we had. Unfortunately for Sudarshan, he's going to sit it out of this race. But quickly to think about it, you're going to reduce speed, you're going to lose temperature. Temperature is everything when it comes to traction. What's going to happen after this? You're going to have a lot more slide till the temperature picks up?
I don't think that's going to happen because they've already done a couple of laps, so the surface is going to be really, really hot. I think it would only help on the restart. They'll find a lot more grip, at least for the first couple of laps before the surface heats up again. Because you have to understand, while it may not be evident on screen from a driver's perspective inside the cockpit, you do tend to slide a little bit around the corners, which is all 4 wheels. So the tyre surface really takes a huge beating.
Road. Anyways, we've got some time and the lights are off, so we have race restart, ladies and gentlemen, with just about 10 laps to go. Who is it going to be getting out onto C first? C1. We've got Manav, Karthik, Ashwin, Brian, Nayan, all on a all-out fight into C1 right now. Nayan strategy trying to make a sneak peek into the tail of Brian. But here we see Manav versus Karthik. Karthik trying to get into the inside. Arya. Oh, this is going to be a very interesting fight. I see all 5 bunched up. So what's Manav thinking right now?
Well, Manav's actually broken loose. I think he shut off the door on Karthik Ranasinghe at the end of the straight, which is corner number 1. Beautiful. This is going to give him a breather of at least about a car and a half length to open up. So he should just put his head down and try and open up that gap, while I'm sure Karthik Ranasinghe is not going to let him get away easy.
Yeah, because he is a very, very intense driver and he likes to keep the fight going. 9 years, everybody's still in the same position. We need to give them a few laps to recover pace. Ashwin Datta, the champion leader right now in third, he's going to be very happy where he is, as long as 9 is not able to break pace.
I think this will change in order. 9's already made a move on Brian Pereira. He is now challenging Ashwin Datta for position number 3. So Nayan is definitely making up a lot of ground. It's been a good restart for him.
Very true, but I'm trying to look a little more closely into his car. I'm not sure if his fender seems to have taken a small hit somewhere during the race. I don't know if it's the screen. What do you think?
I think it's a little, the front wing seems to be a little off balance. I think that would have possibly happened trying to make a move on Brian Pereira. There you see Karthik giving it his all, trying to move in, make a move on Manav. Manav held it off beautifully, but I don't know how long that's going to be for. So we'll have to wait and see, the mettle of this guy.
Very, very defensive line taken by Manav at the moment. Ashwin trying to break into both their defenses, but not really going to happen. Karthik's trying to give a big dogfight here. Let's see can he get into the inside of the bowl. Bermuda, which is C9, C10, is a very technical corner. What would you do?
It is. I would possibly just hold on behind Manav, keep the gap right there and try and build up the speed onto the straight so that by the time you're about to finish the straight, you do really make a move. And Ashwin has another off. This is the second time he's had it.
Which Nayan is going to take the best of, and he just did. He just got in front of Ashwin. Ashwin seems to be losing his front at the sweep. I'm not really sure if he's going too hard into it or he's just not able to get the grip out.
Possibly. I think overcooked his tires, but you have to understand also that the tires are about race old, right? So it's going to take a lot of beating. It's already taken a lot of beating, and it's going to take a whole lot to just keep it together and keep those lap times.
This is turning out to be a very fantastic race, and in one way, not to be. Oh, that was a bad touch between Manav and Nayan, if I'm not wrong, or Karthik. I'm not sure. I think it was Manav and Karthik had a small tiff. This is really bad for Manav. he was just probably getting the best race of his life. 9 just made the best of this move and got in front. 9 back on P1, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, this is racing. I didn't even say anything and it just happened.
Well, Nayan would have said thank you, Karthik. Honestly, Karthik, I think I saw 2 of his left side tires going onto the dirt, which means that Manav closed the door on him a little more than he should have possibly, and hence the contact.
Well, I'm sure race officials are going to do a scrutiny of the entire incident and let's see what they have to say. But back on the race, we have 9 really taking charge of this race and he's going to be extremely happy, even though I'm a little concerned about his front fender, which seems to be tilted off.
He may have a little bit of an issue cornering speed, but I think he has a breather to Karthik. So Karthik will have to do something out of his skin to really kind of put a challenge onto Nayan now.
Yeah, very true. I'm trying to get the timings on, but we seem to have some technical issues on the timing. Well, we're going to see the race as it is. Nayan Chatterjee taking control of this race like we saw in the morning. Can Karthik respond with a powerful fight? But Nayan really edging the difference in terms of distance.
Yeah, he is. I think he's put his foot down and he wants to open up the gap and ensure that he has a comfortable breather, so that he can comfortably win this race, which is the second race of the day. He won the previous one as well.
Very interesting move.
Contact between 2 cars.
That's Yash and Nirmal Shankar, if I'm not wrong. Very bad contact between the 2, but they seem to have pulled off without much of an issue. A lot of sliding, and I think that's a very desperate attempt to get in front. Wow, that's putting a fight towards Mira, who's on the white and pink color car. I really like the decals on our car.
Oh, they're beautiful. I think Jake has done a fantastic job. These cars just look completely beautiful.
Well, 9 just clocked in the fastest with a 1:00.679, making it the fastest time of this race so far. Well, Karthik Tharani right behind with the 1:00, just a hundredth of a second difference between the 2. But the gap, he is really trying to gain maximum advantage. Ashwin Tata in P3 and Brian Ferrara in P4.
Ashwin, I think, is going to have to fend off Brian, who seems to be on a charge. Ashwin, if you see now coming out of the last one onto the main straight, is trying to take a tighter line, which would imply that he would be compromising on some bit of speed coming out of the last one.
Very true, but that doesn't seem to be affecting his timing. Well, the contact we saw earlier was between Nirmal and Chetan. Both of them seem to have gotten to a fight and are very desperate them to get ahead of each other. Well, that might have cost them a little too much because, as we see, the track can be a little bumpy at stretches and you need to keep it as clear as possible, right?
Well, it's racing, right? I mean, all of us are here to do wheel-to-wheel racing, and incidents like that happen so long as, the car is still running fine and the drivers are okay. I think that's what the spectators want to see, that's what we all want to see, and that's a very encouraging sign for Indian motorsports.
Very true. I mean, I like, this is like kissing the bumper, they're very good friends off the track. I think they can extend it out onto the track right now. Well, we've got about 4 laps to go with 9 still chasing the lead, getting on top and trying to stick it there. Karthik slowly making impression on Nayan, but not enough. I don't think there's enough time. Ashwin and Brian seems to be catching up to Ashwin at the moment.
Yeah, Ashwin has already had a few offs off the track, so I'm sure he must be struggling with some bit of speed and cornering ability. Brian, on the flip side, has been a little more conservative. And now is putting the pedal down, so he's putting all the pressure that he possibly can on Ashwin. We just have to see if Ashwin can fend it off or can Brian make that position into P3.
Very true. As we watch the race, I mean, a lot of people have this question about fitness. I know what the fitness levels are included in such a sport, but is it as simple as just sitting and driving a car, or is it no?
Well, it's a whole different world altogether. One, you got to understand that most of these cars are rear wheel drive, right? So the balance of the car is more towards the back, and most of us on the road are used to driving a front wheel drive car. So a rear wheel drive, for information's sakes, are cars typically that generate power from the rear wheels and not the front wheels, because the engine is right at the back.
Well, an interesting move from Brian into the inside at C1. A small little touch from the 2, maybe that was not so bad. Brian managed to stick it through and get out of C3 with a real clear exit. But there seems to be the yellow flag. Somebody's gone out and the safety car is out again.
This should help. This should. Oh wow, that's a big impact.
Very big impact. That's Nirmal Uma Shankar gone straight into the tire wall, ladies and gentlemen. I hope he's okay. From the looks of it, how safe is the roll cage, Rohit?
The frames are absolutely spot on. They're 100% safe, you know. So one has to have. I mean, we've seen very bad crashes, and these cars have just taken the beating without, you know, putting a scratch onto the driver. So these cars are very, very safe. They're all under the regulation. They've all been tested. You know, you have enough and more seat belts inside. It's good sign to see Nirmal Umashankar stepping out of the car, and he's completely okay.
Yeah, he seems to be walking, just a bit of shock. Safety car is out now. We've got 2 laps to go. I have a feeling this is going to end with the safety car finish, because it's going to take time. We've just got 2 laps to go, and everybody is out there.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to end under the safety car. There's no way, you know, while, you know, the recovery team is superly fast, I don't think they would be able to remove it in about 2 laps.
Yeah, because, and I'm sure 9 is going to be very happy at the moment. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you've just checked in, this is the 21st JK Tyre FMSCI National Racing Series. We're just coming to the end of the Euro JK18 series. Joining me in the box today is Rohit Khanna, the FLGB 4 Series car driver, who's currently in championship point number 2. He's trying to gun number 3. It's okay, Rohit. I have confidence, Rohit. I'm rooting for you.
It's a superly competitive grid. It's got some brilliant names, brilliant drivers. We all fight nose to tail, and yeah, you have to have a little bit of luck and a lot of confidence to make the moves that you make. It's always fun to be on track, and you know, if there's no competition, there's no fun really. So it's a complete pleasure to just be there.
I like to be as optimistic as possible. So you know, it's really great. Well, I'm getting thumbs up from a lot of places. The safety car is still out, ladies and gentlemen. As you're seeing on the screen, you're seeing a lot of people wondering what is going on. Well, I feel we have got 1 lap left to go. I think it's going to be a safety car finish, and 9 is going to be extremely ecstatic. The fact that he could finish P1 again with such a close race.
I think he's driven brilliantly to make up all the positions. Having said that, I should also mention that luck has really favored him. First, the contact between Karthik and Manav, helping him move into the lead now with all these laps under the safety car. I think it's
well, looks like we're coming to the end of the final lap. What is it going to be? What is it going to be? Yes, that is going to be checkered flag, ladies and gentlemen. We have 9S Chatterjee, number 9, finishing P1. Number 16, Karthik Sarani finishing P2. Brian Pereira, the Sri Lankan, number 35, gaining valuable points, completing the top 3 with Ashwin Dara in P4. Yash Aradhya completes P5. Arya Singh in P6. Miraida in P7. She's going to be quite happy with that finish. P8 with Chetan Purada. I think he's going to go back home and sit down and figure out what to do tomorrow. With number 19, Nurmal and Manav and Sudarshan checking out of this race early on before the checkered flag. Well, we've seen a fabulous race from these youngsters, and thank you, Rohit, for joining us today. You've had a fabulous race yourself. I hope probably we can carry on the chat tomorrow.
So pleasure has been mine. It's been brilliant commentating on this race with you and watching it so closely. Thank you so much.
I'm worried you're going to steal my job, Rohit. You continue racing. I will keep calling you to my office. Well, thanks again, Rohit. We wish him all the best. I'll see you all tomorrow. It's been a fabulous day, ladies and gentlemen. This is round 2 of the 21st JK Tyre FMSCI National Racing Championship. We've had all the rounds and it's been fabulous. Stick around, folks. We're going to come back tomorrow stronger. It's going to be a power-packed performance. Wait down. We're going to have the prize ceremony distribution shortly. Stay tuned to our online channel. We're going to be